Hey everybody, welcome to the Turin Giants. We're here to do a double take episode. Guten Tag to also our German friends that have been watching as well too. We're gonna hit you guys with another hint of Germany, some German stuff. Today we're gonna do a double take / pregame take on Juventus versus Freiburg. We've got some a little bit of drama. We're gonna give you some tactics as well as for you German folk. We've got some intro on Juventus and how we play and our style of play, and kind of see how it works with you, with your team as well. Also, thanks for the feedback, guys. We got some really awesome feedback from the previous video, which is in the description and probably going to be on the end cap of this video as well, if you know what I mean. But today I'm joined by Dave. Dave, how are you, buddy?
Oh, I am doing well. This is exciting, guys. Honestly, the comments from the last video, so much interaction, especially from Germany. It's great. That's what this is all about, interacting with the wider community. So thanks for doing that. We hope for some more interaction. And just, I mean, if we get your team wrong or we're seeing it wrong, that's where we need you guys to come in and say, hey, actually, this is how it works. And we got a bit of that. So we'll correct ourselves a little bit more with this one, with the information that we've gathered from you guys. And hopefully it's on point. If not, let us know. So Dash, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to kind of briefly go into some news that's going into the matchup, some breaking news actually that recently just happened. So allegedly, again, all of this hasn't been confirmed by the official Juventus or Freiburg or anything like that. It's just a couple of allegedness as we're going through it right now. So Juventus have officially voided 1,400 tickets that were purchased by Freiburg supporters, hoping to sit in the home end of the Allianz Stadium for the Europa League match that was coming up to this Thursday. Again, having sold out their initial away allocation of 2,000 seats, again, that is roughly about 5% stipulated by UEFA regulations that in all UEFA competitions, most stadiums need to accompany an away section that has roughly about 5% of their stadium capacity. So again, with us, 5% is roughly about 2,000. And again, for a lot of folks that don't watch Juve, there's a corner that has glass essentially that encircles that corner for the away fans. So again, having Juve selling all of their initial away tickets, Freiburg fans, and you guys are some crafty devils for this one. What you guys did, again, allegedly, you guys went into the Juve club membership, paid for a club membership to buy the home tickets in the home sections of the stadium. So with Juventus essentially detecting the anomalies through their ticketing system, they decided to alert the authorities. And again, those tickets are being issued refunds or voided. Again, it's all allegedness. There's no actual confirmations right now. But again, UEFA, big reason why, and I know a lot of Freiburg fans are really pissed off about this as well, because some people actually purchased hotels and plane tickets and etc. This is a very important rule. That UEFA stipulates that home and away supporters cannot sit next to each other in actual games, UEFA sanctioned matches, due to safety concerns, because again, rivalry games, etc., etc. The reason why they're cracking down on this, because last year in the Europa League, Barcelona versus Eintracht Frankfurt, in the new camp, Frankfurt supporters purchased home tickets away from the Barca supporters to sit in the home section to get more Frankfurt supporters at the stadium. So again, Juventus actually caught this ahead of time versus Barcelona, where it kind of happened, and they're like, oh crap. And one of the reasons why, and you can say, well, how did Barcelona get away with it and Juve didn't? More so because, again, and it almost happened with us as well. But again, Barcelona, Turin, some of these places being tourist destinations because of the clubs being as large as they are, there's a lot of international fans. So it's a lot easier to slip in and do it. It's actually pretty crafty by them because it's a way to get more away fans into the stadium. But again, UEFA stipulations, Juve figured it out, contacted the authorities, and it kind of got nixed there. What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
I don't blame the fans, to be quite honest. Whenever you can break down the system like that to your advantage, I think it's kind of crafty, for better or for worse, right or wrong. I mean, the rules are in place for a reason. Not to say that these Freiburg fans were going to go there to do any malice. They probably are just super excited to play Juventus. Again, just judging by the comments, there seems to be a lot of excitement around this match. So why not try to take that opportunity? But they got caught. Just how it goes sometimes.
Absolutely. And I mean, we have our bias because we're Juventini, but looking at it from a neutral perspective, it's kind of cool that you're able to work a way through it. Freiburg did release a tweet saying that FC Freiburg or SCF Freiburg regrets the decision by Juventus and the Italian authorities to cancel tickets purchased by Freiburg fans through memberships at the home club for Thursday's round of 16 clash in the Europa League. All tickets that were acquired through Freiburg remain valid, so all tickets that were purchased through the club itself are still valid. Freiburg also continues to say that we have appealed for other solutions with the host club and made offers to help implement additional security measures. Unfortunately, Juventus turned down the offers. Again, we can say it's BS. If you're a Freiburg supporter, you can say it's kind of BS on us. But again, it's Juve Stadium. They kind of dictate what happens inside their stadium. Because at the end of the day, you're a guest in the Allianz. And again, you can show us the same courtesy at Freiburg where you can say, hey, this is the amount of away tickets, no more. So it sucks, courtesy-wise, it sucks. But again, I get it. I totally get it from a Juventus perspective. I also get it from a Freiburg perspective as well.
And just to give some insight, if you are a Freiburg fan or a non-Juve fan in general, Juventus being a larger club, they're very corporate, so they have to keep that image. They can't be having a lot of negative news. Not to say that hasn't happened to us as of late, but of course, less is better in this case, right? So it's just part of the corporate structure. I know it takes away from a bit of the heart of what the game actually is, but I mean that's the reality of what it is at the moment. So, but we'll move on from that, anyways. I mean, them's the rules, as they say, right?
No, definitely. So, kind of moving in now to the actual pregame stuff. So, looking at it as far as a form perspective, Juve and Freiburg have been quite similar fashion as far as form goes. Again, recent weekend results, Freiburg drawing 0-0 against BMG, and then Juventus losing 1-0 to Roma in the Olimpico. But overall, again, last 5 games, Freiburg's won 3, drawn 2. Juventus has won 3, drawn 1, lost 1. So pretty similar there on the stats sheet. Looking at it from a goals scored perspective, so Freiburg has scored 7 goals and have only conceded 2 goals, where we've scored a whopping total of 10 goals and we have conceded roughly about 4. So kind of close. So overall form wise, pretty close. And we did hear you guys, Freiburg supporters, that did chime in on the video about Freiburg's defensive capabilities. Again, the anomalies. And, guys, we call it as we see it. It's not like we're having any personal bias against your club or anything like that. In recent form, defensively, you guys have held up quite well since the thrashing that you guys received from Borussia Dortmund. Again, same thing with us defensively. We've looked a lot better since Napoli and Atalanta. Kind of given what the potential lowdown for Juve is going to be. So it's looking like we're going to see a 3-5-2 with some notables as well. As you're going to probably run, unfortunately, because Sandro did suffer a muscle injury and he will be out for a little bit. So we're probably going to see a back 3 of Bremer, Danilo, Bonucci, and then our midfield 5 of Kostic. It's going to be Rabiot, Locatelli, Fagioli, and then Quadrado on the right, and then up top is looking like it's going to be Di Maria and Dusan.
Yeah, more that's the same as what we saw on the weekend. So that would be some consistency. Not to say that is 100%. We really don't know until game day, as we know. But I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be the case, especially with Pogba, Chiesa, still trying to get to 100%. They're perfect to come off the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. And then some of the Freiburg supporters have also chimed in kind of how Freiburg usually, because in our previous video, we covered that they ran almost 4 formations that we were looking at from the stats sheet. And one of the formations one of the fans actually told us was that they run a 4-4-2 or a 3-4-3, depending on the opponent. So we're kind of projecting that they're probably going to run a 4-4-2 against us in a similar fashion, maybe switch it to a 3-4-3 at some point in the game. But our projected lineup is going to be Felkin, Kubler, Leinhardt, Ginter, and Silda as their goalkeeper and back 4. And then their midfield 4 is looking like it potentially might be Grifo, Eggenstein, Holfer, Doan are going to be their midfield 4. And then their front 2 are going to be Holler and Gregortitz.
And please excuse his pronunciations. He's American. It's just it's just how it is. They're not the greatest at this. Not to say I would do any better, of course.
So looking at it from there, roughly we're projecting it's going to be a 3-5-2 versus a 4-4-2. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game just because, again, looking at also some form-wise as well, as Freiburg has not lost in 5 matches. and Juventus have not lost in 4 home matches. So pretty sizable clash is going to be happening this Thursday. So again, looking at it from player statistics as well, Di Maria is technically rated the highest player in the Europa League for us, even though we've only had 2 games technically in the Europa League. Where for Freiburg, the stats are saying that Gregor Utz is their top player with the 3 goals in 5 matches played. So definitely some curious insights. Dave, do you have any thoughts on the insights?
Yes, one little note that I kind of noticed in our past couple of games for Juve just against Roma this past weekend and for Freiburg against Leverkusen, we both have played recently teams that are also in the Europa League. So recent form against similar style teams as well, Europa League teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And also kind of just looking at it from the recent form as well as Freiburg being defensively very, very disciplined, forcing a lot of teams to take a lot of shots and not being able to convert them. Because if you look at the statistics, like for example, if you look against Borussia that they played recently, Borussia had more shots, more big chances, but was unable to really convert anything. And the one thing that we've noticed about Freiburg when we've actually really taken a deep dive is how clinical they can be. For example, Freiburg can take one chance and score out of it. So again, that's going to be one of those things where Juve needs to be a little bit more careful. But it's interesting because Freiburg tends to defer the ball to the teams, the bigger teams per se, or the higher in quality. Like, for example, the previous matches that they've played with higher ranked teams, where Juve doesn't really like to handle the ball per se. We're more of a soak up pressure and counter. And Roma showed it evidently as well against how we struggle to handle the ball per se, because our creativity isn't in the best shape, especially with our striker not being in the tip-top condition right now. And then again, a bunch of players are turning back from injury. So going to be very interesting. Again, some of the speculations are, when is Chiesa going to start? Is he going to play in the second half? Same thing with Pogba as well. But there's plenty of things to be out there. But overall, I think this is going to be a fun and a very exciting match.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait. A couple days away. Guys, get your comments in. We want to know, good or bad, from both Juve, Freiburg, neutral fans, everyone. Let's hear it. And yeah, let's root for our home team. Whoever it is, good luck.
Yeah, best of luck goes out to you Freiburg fans as well. Again, thanks to you guys also as well for stopping by and checking the channel. Again, just kind of like Dave says, do the old housekeeping things. And thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next Double Take.
Ciao.